What's up, guys? This is Kinose, and this is Aether Raids Week 91, Day 1, and I've been gone for the past 2 weeks, and, well, I guess I wanted to take this opportunity to sort of reboot my Aether Raids videos, at least on YouTube. I did play during those 2 weeks that I haven't posted, but I mostly did so casually because there was like a combination of factors where I kind of just didn't feel like making videos at first. It was because I was actually feeling kind of sick. It wasn't anything major. I guess it was kind of like a summer cold or something. And then after that, I guess due to light season having air as the bonus unit, I actually didn't feel too compelled to really post anything because my matches weren't all that challenging, and if the way I thought about it was that if I didn't find any matches of interest or any matches to be interesting for myself, they probably wouldn't be interesting for the viewers. So at that point, I kind of just decided to skip light season, and I guess it ended up kind of continuing on into Astra season as well, because I was having a bit of motivation issues with posting videos for some reason. I guess, sorry about that. But I decided to take last Astra season as the final week of break, so to speak, and decide to jump back into things now, hopefully to sort of brush off the rustiness that I've developed from playing casually these past couple of weeks. And, you know, I'll actually take this opportunity to do some free summons while I sort of banter. Because I mean, it is the, I guess, the summer festival or some summer celebration or something like that. This was the weekly revival banner, I think. So with Bike, Nephany, and Valencia, I think I'm probably just gonna go for a Nephany, if anything. But yeah, since this is like the summer celebration, I figure there's like quite a few things to talk about, especially with the upcoming FEH channel. And I did do some summons off screen during those, or during that 2 week period. Oh, we're doing it nice. So that's like Gale Force. Yeah, so I did some summons on the Summer Refreshes banner with Summer Lyn making a reappearance, and I decided to splurge a little bit there, and I got myself 3 more copies, though I haven't actually merged her up yet because I wanted to keep my Summer Lyn at +6 merges for the time being. At least until I can get most of my Lyns up to +9 or +10 merges. So I've decided to make combat manuals out of those copies for the time being. And the other major thing that I did while summoning, this one was Harden, Brave Ephraim, and Fallen Celica. So I have a copy of Brave Ephraim ready. I have Fallen Celica as well. I did have a Harden, but I ended up foddering him for Bold Fighter, I think, for somebody else. So I guess having an extra copy of him wouldn't hurt. I guess I'll just pull there. I guess the other thing was that I pulled on the Hell Legendary or Mythic banner. And I did so for colorless because the colorless was actually pretty stacked that time around. We had Layla, who I failed to get when she initially released with her FE7 compatriots in Nils, Fiora, and I don't quite remember, was there another unit? But I ended up failing to get Nils. I did end up getting Fiora, but I sacrificed her for my Shauna at some point, unfortunately. So, aside from Layla, there was also Air, I believe, yeah. So Air has Mystic Boost. I also have the option of merging her up for points, though I probably won't do that. And there's also Fallen Corn, who has Sudden Panic, which is a skill that I could definitely use. And I actually did get pretty lucky. I actually ended up pulling 3 colorless on one of the circles, and I ended up getting Air first and then pulling a Layla second. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think I am going to try to work Layla into one of my Astra setups, because so far for my Astra season videos, I've been trying to make an effort to clear as many mops as possible using my Gale Force strat to sort of demonstrate its viability. Though it does definitely take quite a bit of effort on the player's part to sort of figure things out. But I think I've proved my point at this, well, driven my point home. So I'm working on a sort of showcase video in that regard, and so since I've felt like I've completed that task, so to speak, I'm going to try to implement more of my heroes and sort of switch to different teams for my Astra setup. Though it's not going to happen like immediately, so it might take some time in that regard, but I'm looking forward to using Layla in Astra season. I may also switch Brunya over for that. So this is the Hero Fest celebration, I believe. And these are all pretty good units. Though I don't feel like I have like an instant or definite need for any one of them. If I had to say, I don't have Bernadetta, but I feel like she's the lowest on my priority list because she doesn't really have anything that I consider absolutely necessary right now. I believe she does have like attack speed push. Let me just check and make sure. Yeah, sorry, I'm I'm playing on Moon Runes. I forgot to mention that, but I kind of wanted to make the switch back to the Japanese settings because I wanted to listen to Japanese voice actors for a bit. So we'll see if that doesn't affect my play, but I'm fairly confident I can read most of the skills, if anything. So go ahead and scroll down to Bernadetta real quick. So that's her Persecution Bow. So yeah, there's attack speed push 4, there's wall speed defense. Those are definitely good skills. I don't feel like I have like an instant use for them though. Next is Nagi. I do have a Nagi that I can sort of fodder, so I guess Nagi would be kind of lower on the summon priority list. And then there's Duo Ephraim. I did roll for him on his initial release with the Desert Mercenaries banner. Was that what it was called? With Grail, Tethys, and Ewan. But that first copy I ended up foddering off to my Lolina because I wanted to give her Heavy Blade 4. And Sothis. Time's Pulse is definitely a good skill to fodder off, especially since I'm most likely not going to use her in Aether raids, given that I don't run defense mythics. So I could give a copy to my Lolina if I pull her, though it's not like a super high priority. So I'd probably value Sothis and Ephraim more, and then I'd probably go for Bernadetta and then Nagi, if anything. So let's just see what we can get. I don't have my hopes up, but I do want to get like a sort of clear image on who I want to pull. And of course, they decide to give me 5 orbs of the colors that I want most. So there's the Ephraim and there's the Sothis. I honestly don't know which one to go for. Utility-wise or usefulness-wise, I'm probably going to be using Ephraim, so I guess in that regard, it would be Ephraim, then Sothis, then Bernadetta, and then Nagi. So let's just go with the top one for now. And let's see. What other things were there for the FEH channel? Well, there's the upcoming update on the 5th, right? August 5th. There's Thea. I actually managed to scratch up enough feathers to plus 10 her, so that's exciting. So this extra copy plus HP, that's not exactly a boon that I feel like I can work with, so she's got Steady Stance and Vanguard. That's okay, I guess. So we'll go ahead and dip. But yeah, the upcoming update 4.8, I believe, that comes on the 5th, has the weapon refinery for Cecilia, so I'm pretty excited about that. Kind of looking forward to seeing what she can do with her new refine, and we'll see if I can't implement that into maybe my defense setup. If not, I think during the... Here's another Thea. You know, when I was really looking for Thea, she never showed up, but now that I've plus 10'd her, she's just coming in mass. Has this ever happened to any of you guys before? Let me know in the comments, I guess. But yeah, I believe since Cecilia is one of the new powers, or weapon refined units, she's gonna have the bonus, well, she's gonna be a bonus unit, so, in Arena, so I can show her off there, I think, if anything. So, yeah. There's also the new Pirates banner, I think, where, there was like a duo Veronica Xander, whatchamacallit, there's Chad Thundercock. I don't really recall who else was there. There was like it was a mishmash of pirate units from various games. So there was the Genealogy Bow unit. I forgot her name. Who else was there? There's like Daros, but he's like the Tempest Trials unit. There's Geese. That's who I kind of got my eye on, though I feel like he could be a demote, which works out in my favor. Because, like Layla and Nils, like usually the 5-star exclusive units are harder for me to get because I'm trying to save my resources for like current merge projects that I have in mind, or like for certain fodder. Jeez, that's a lot of blue. Dang. I'm feeling kind of tempted, but I do need to save my orbs for my merges for Lyn. What else? But Geese is looking like a demote, so I think that's kind of good. Is this considered like a special heroes banner? Because if it is, then I might not be able to pull him in the regular pool. So that might actually not work out in my favor, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. I kind of have like this dream or vision of like fleshing out like an Olib roster or barracks where I have like every single one of the FE6 and FE7 units, and I'm trying to like plus 10 all of the mergeable free-to-play options. Of course, that's going to be pretty difficult, but you know what, a guy can dream. So yeah, I've got my eye on Geese, I suppose. I'm not... Jeez, that's a lot of blues. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be going super hard for him, but we'll see when the time comes, I suppose. I'm not sure if there were any other notable things, or at least things that caught my eye. Arena, I believe Arena is getting like some more maps for variation, so I guess that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, I didn't really get anything special or to note this time around, so we'll go ahead and sort out my barracks real quick. Let's see here. So we're gonna go ahead and basic sort. I believe
this was obtained. No, that's not it. Oops. There we go. This is obtained. So, from here... As you can see, I pulled the air. I haven't worked on her yet. I'm not sure whether I want to fodder her or not, or if I want to merge the other air into this one, because this air is plus attack, so that's actually pretty good. I did end up giving Layla a personal star, so she actually somewhere around here, yeah. So she's got okay IVs. They're neutral in my opinion, but I've Dark Blessed her for now because I have a surplus of the defensive. Oh, sorry about that interruption earlier. Where was I? I think I was talking about... Yeah, right. Layla. I ended up giving her the Dark Blessing because I have a surplus of defense blessings, since I don't run Aether defense mythics. So I usually just use those as a sort of preliminary way to get extra EXP and SP. But once I've figured out what I want to do with Layla, I'm gonna re-bless her with the Astra for Astra season. And I plan on doing the same thing for my Brunya because aside from weeks where the mythics are the bonus units, I usually don't run Brunya anyway. She does have this niche where she can run infantry hexblade, but I don't feel like I am in such desperate need of that skill in particular that I have to have her alongside of Roy during light season, so I'll probably switch her over to Astra season 2. I'm kind of revamping my Astra team, so it might take a little bit. I think I mentioned that earlier. But aside from that, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, I guess it has to do with Aether itself, right? So we'll go ahead and jump into that real quick. And that is that this week, Legendary Lyn is the bonus unit, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I have her on defense. I've changed her setup a little bit. I had to switch out her Fury 4 so that she could still have the same amount of attack with her bonus stats, and I ended up switching over to Close Counter instead. So it's not that much of a change, but it was a necessary switch in order to maintain the same level of efficacy in my defense setup. So that's something. Aside from that, I was a little worried as to whether or not I was going to be able to use Lyn this time around, because I saw her as the bonus unit the first time she appeared on this particular set of bonus units, and I checked the following week's elemental seasons, and neither of them were Wynd, so I was a little upset at first, but I'm kind of glad they decided to extend the bonus units for one more week so I could use her. And so I think I had everything set up before I decided to record. I did give my Lyn my summoner support, so I'm going to try to use her as my main carry this week. She's running a Candlewax bow. She's running pivot, so I should probably change that. Let's see, what can I have her run? I guess I'll have her run drawback or something. She's running Candlewax bow, drawback, Ruptured Sky, Close Counter, Null Follow-Up, Pulse Smoke, and Sturdy Stance 2. I don't remember if I've shown her off before on Aether offense. I may have, but I got this Pulse Smoke off of like a set that spooked me on a free summon. I don't remember from when specifically, but I'm going to try to use this set for now. If it doesn't play out, I'm going to try to tweak her build a little bit. But I usually like to run her alongside Legendary Elliewood if she's my main carry, so that she can receive bonus doubler buffs, similar to how I usually run my defense setup. And so I should probably also switch him over to Life and Death and something like Moonbow. I had him run his highest scoring build for Aether, not Aether Raids, Arena, because he's the bonus unit there, so we'll go ahead and give him Life and Death so he can soak debuffs just in case. And I decided to go with I guess, a sort of Lord setup. I was kind of undecided on who I wanted to run in the last slot, but I decided to bring my Halloween Hector around for this. His duo skill could be helpful, so we'll see. And yeah, we'll go ahead and jump right into this. And we are matched up with Wrexham from tier 20. And it appears that they have a plus attack minus defense Flying Olivia with her default weapon, Dance, Moonbow, Fury, Wings of Mercy, Fortify Flyers, which is an interesting choice, Chill Attack, then we have a plus attack minus res Carla with her Vassal's Blade, Reposition, Blazing Wind, that's also an interesting choice, Fury, Wrath, and even Speed Wave. Then we've got Yoon with Drawback and Glacies, Attack Respawn, Sabotage Res, and Chaos Named. Then we've got an unmerged neutral Micaiah with Thani, Drawback, and Iceberg, running Mirror... was this Mirror Strike? I think that was its name. Guard and Drive Attack. And we also have Sothis running her default weapon, Reposition, Sirius, Attack Speed Solo, Wrath, and Times Pulse. And last but not least, we have a... Oops. Give me 1 second here. +1 plus Defense Myrrh with an unrefined Great Flame, which is honestly kind of rare to see. I would have expected... So we also do have Fort Advantage. I'm assuming this person doesn't particularly care much for Aether Raid, so this will be a rather uneventful match, I'm afraid. This could also be like a kind of pseudo-fishing match that this person sort of set up because they already got their actual match for the day earlier on. I am doing this rather late after I got off from work, so I don't think there's anything that I really have to worry about here. Of course, the Reds have a natural advantage against my Legendary Lyn, but this is a 55 HP manner. But I don't think I'm really afraid of them outspeeding my Lyn. So what I may aim to do is break these structures on the right column and I guess sort of attack the Myrrh and see if I can't bait the ranged units into attacking my Lyn first and proceeding from there. So I'm gonna try to post every day for this week, at least, to try and get myself back into the swing of things, because I do feel a little rusty. I think I've mentioned that earlier. Let's see. So I've got Defense Tactic, Attack Tactic, and Fortify Res. So the only concern is giving Lyn some speed. These are some ridiculous stats that I've never seen on her before, so I'm pretty stoked. So I could give her speed by rallying with Eliwood. And let's see. I think if I have Peony, Lyn, and Eliwood over here, probably have Air 2 spaces away from Lyn so that Lyn receives defense tactic buffs. Alright. Okay, so we'll go ahead and break this. break that with Peony. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave these structures intact just because it could help sort of slow down the enemies from swarming on the right side. So go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and rally first to get Lyn some speed. Go ahead and break that healing tower, dance, and attack the Mer. So I don't think I had animations on, so we'll go ahead and turn that on real quick. Alright, so that's one down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put Hector over here, bring air back over this side so I can start working towards the pots. Alright, then comes the Yoon. I think one of the main reasons why I'm like starting to feel more motivated to playing Aether raids this time around is because I'm able to use Legendary Lyn, I guess, especially with her inflated stats. So, you know, motivation's an important factor. Being able to use the units you like, you know, and do so effectively, certainly something to take into account. So we'll go ahead and finish off the Carla. I never imagined that a green archer like Legendary Lyn would do something like that to a red sword, but here we are. So from here, go ahead and snag the Aether, and I'm a little concerned as to what these units want to do. I feel like the Olivia's gonna go first, but I'll go ahead and retreat just a bit, and if Sothis decides to go, she's gonna end up attacking. So yeah, Olivia did decide to go there. And from here, I can finish off the Olivia with air. The tactics room is a bit of a nuisance, but I think I still have like three or four turns, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Yeah, so 3 turns to work with. So that covers air, unfortunately. So I think I'll just go ahead and move Eliwood over, move everybody over to the left side. Okay, so that's not ideal. If I do this, if I break that, I could move Lyn over, and then I could dance with Peony, and then Lyn gets orders so she can warp above Eliwood and break the other tile. And then Eliwood could snag the Aether, but what happens there is that this Sothis ends up being able to proc Sirius against my air, which I'm a little concerned about. And since air's not running Mystic Boost, Sothis is going to target air's defense. So that is kind of unfortunate. I think... I think I could potentially get Peony to eat a hit from this Sothis. So, what that might entail... I can't exactly bring Peony all the way up here, so I think I'm going to have to bait the Sothis down a little more. Or bait Sothis over onto this tile while I get air out of the way. So, go ahead and draw air back. Go ahead and break this. Dance Hector to swap Peony up. Bring these two out of Sothis' range. Okay. Alright, and so from here, I can dance Lyn, break this face statue, snag the pot, and get Hector to contribute. Alright, and so that was the first match of the first day of the week. Sorry, I'm definitely still working out the kinks here. I'm feeling rusty in terms of both managing my plays and commentary, but hopefully I can expedite and streamline this process as the days progress. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. And take care.